Howdy y'all. There's been some interest in the paint room, so I thought I would give y'all a little tour and we'll talk about it a little bit. So let's go check it out. Oh, and on the way, here's my handsome son when he graduated kindergarten, when he was little, just a little tyke. Look at him here. Oh, okay. I'll quit bragging now. Okay, so originally this room, we made it up for my husband's study. He's an artist, an actual artist. He uses pencil and pen and ink, colored pencils, and alcohol-based markers, and he's a very accomplished artist. And this is his whole little art area, and he had this decorated really cool. This is Blackbeard's flag, some old guns, and he has a lot of little figurines around. There's all kinds of stuff that he's collected, and they're hidden right now by Belinda's paintings because when a painting is dry but I want to let it sit for a while, I just hang it up on this rack here by the thumbtacks. We'll get to that in a minute. So yeah, this was all his room, and we took out, he had a really big cool trunk in here, just all kind of pirate themed stuff, but we took all that out and we put in this long table. The first thing we did was get some of this plastic sheeting and we put it on the floor. So here you can see underneath that sheet it's all covered. Marina's going to help demonstrate. Yes, it's all covered, and then we just put this sheet, kind of a drop cloth, over it to protect the carpet. And then we put this table in, and it also has the sheeting over it, and we put it on the wall as well, and installed this paper towel holder to hold our cleanup materials, and that's pretty much it. We put in a couple of lamps, put in this, just clipped that on there, and then we have this little lamp here. So this is our area covered in plastic and ready to go, and that's pretty much all you need to do to prepare your area, is just cover it with this plastic. This is really good. It wipes up real easily just with paper towels and cleaner. A couple other things you might want to have. We keep some aprons here. They're already kind of paint stained, so we keep a couple of aprons hanging there, and gloves are important. These are the very best gloves. They're wonderful. They're painter's gloves, Venom steel. They're so good. You can wash them and reuse them. They're really excellent gloves. These are like the crappiest kind of gloves that there is, and I use these just to clean up because they're kind of loose on the fingertips, and they'll make you make mistakes and touch your painting and stuff when you're not intending to. So these are not great gloves, but they're fine for cleanup. These are excellent gloves that are really good for working with your paints. So also we have a whole bunch of cups in every sizes, from little tiny cups to regular full-sized cups and everything in between. It just makes it a lot easier to be able to mix them up and just throw them away. So here are some of the tools that we use for mixing, just big brushes. I've got some offset spatulas, which are really handy, and a rubber spatula, also really good, and a big old mixing cup, because all of the paints we mix half and half before we use them for the pour painting. So I've got just some kind of random colors over here, and here's some more colors. Now these are just the little cheap acrylic paint. You can get it at Walmart. It's about 50 cents a bottle for a 2-ounce bottle, and they have all colors, as you can see. Now we've gotten some of these at the craft stores, you know, some of the more exotic ones like the flash and the metallic, the glitter, that kind of stuff. But you can get these small bottles, and you can also get the large bottles like this just at Walmart, you know, no problem. And sometimes you'll find a big bottle. There's a big bottle of fuchsia, And so we mix these, and our Floetrol is the pour medium. This is what it looks like when you buy it at the store. It's available at like Home Depot and Lowe's, those kind of stores. Probably a hardware store might have it. And its purpose is to you paint it on your basement walls to kind of seal your basement walls. But we use it in place of the pour medium you can buy at the craft store. It's about 6 times as much as this. This right here costs about between $12 and $14 a gallon. So that's very affordable, and we like the way it turns out. It looks good. Here's a painting that Slim did recently. This was kind of inspired by coffee colors, but it turned out more gray than he anticipated, but I really like it. I especially like this part. We have a lot of black and white paintings in our bedroom, so I'm thinking this will look good in there. And okay, a few other little things. We put Floetrol in little bottles so it's easier to manage. We have a scale, and in order to weigh up the paint properly, we put a cup on here, and then we'll put like an ounce of paint and an ounce of Floetrol and mix them together with the popsicle sticks. These are also very handy, have popsicle sticks. So you just mix up, and you might want to add a little water if it's really thick. The paint differs quite a bit on its thickness, and after you work with it a little bit, you'll figure out what you want it to do and how you want it to pour. Now, in order to make the pretty cells that kind of pop open and leave that really pretty cell structure, you want to add some silicone oil to at least one of the colors that you're going to be using when you do a pour paint. And you just kind of squirt some in there. You'll figure out how much you like or whatever. And then after you've tilted your painting and it's how you want it and it's pretty thin, then you just get a little blowtorch and you just go over the surface of the painting with the hot torch, and that will make the silicone cells pop, and it will make a really pretty design, or one that I think is really pretty anyway. So you can add silicone oil to it. There's a few things we do to the canvases to get them ready. Okay, when you get a regular canvas like this, say, you can look on the back and you can see where the staples are located. Using as much paint as you do for a pour painting, you're going to want additional staples. So we usually put, I don't know if you can see on here, not really. We usually go through and put additional staples. Let me see here. I was going to try and demonstrate. Here we go. Just right there, all along. We just go in between all the existing staples and we try to get really close to the edge. And we go all along and we staple. That's one of the preliminary things we do to our canvases before we paint them, is to staple all along the edge. Because as you can see, there's a lot of dripping that occurs, and the canvas will rise up. It will get kind of lifted on the back, and that impairs it from hanging properly. So after we've taken our stapler and gone all around and stapled the extra canvas down, see, like this corner right here, let me show you. If you get a bunch of paint on that, that's going to lift right up and get really fat, and it's going to keep it from sitting flush on the wall, even with a hanger. So, okay, after we staple all around and make sure that's good and done, then we take thumbtacks, just regular thumbtacks, and we stick one on each corner, like little table legs. That way, it keeps it up off of the actual table so that it doesn't impair the flow of the paint. And it also, it helps you lift it. Whenever it's time to pick it up, you can easily get underneath it, and it helps it dry. And I just don't think any of these paintings would turn out right if we didn't put these little thumbtacks. So then when you flip it over, you're ready to go. It may take a little adjusting to make sure it's even, but you got your little legs there, right? Okay, so, and then when it's done and it's dry and you need to let it cure for a few days, the little legs will let you hang it like that off of the shelf. That's what I do. I usually keep them for a few days on the shelf. So that's how we prep a canvas. Then it's just going to be painted with some of our pre-mix. Now we've got several different kinds of colors up here that was already mixed, you know. All of these in these big squirt bottles, which are just, you can find them in the cookware department. They're for about $1. You can find them in the grill section. And these Belinda sent me. They're smaller. They're really good for the, like I did the mermaid painting with those when you're wanting to do a bunch of different colors. So we have some mixed up here. This is half Floetrol and half whatever color. This is one of my favorites, Cobalt Blue. I think the title is Cobalt Hue. But yeah, so then you pick your colors. We've got a bunch of black and white mixed up because it's usually our base color. And we usually have white canvases, but occasionally, let's see, we will find some black canvases, which are nice because then you don't have to worry about the white showing through if you don't paint the base coat really good. And let's see what else. Oh yeah, this is where I keep most of my strainers. Got a little wall up here and got it all up there. This one's not on there right now because I recently used it and was letting it dry. This is what I used on Belinda's paintings. And I got all, Belinda gave me most of these. I got all of these to use and try different things. And I also use this little strainer too that I have set up on kind of like a little stand. And I use that to make paintings too. And sometimes when we're done and it's time to clean up, I will actually save the paint that I pick up off the table that has dripped off of the painting, because a lot of times I will just use that as the base coat. When I pour this on a canvas, it will look pretty cool, and then I can pour other paint and it'll flow right. And it's just, it helps keep me from wasting so much paint if I pick it up off the table and reuse it. So I often have several containers of mixed up paint in here. And yeah, I think that's about it. I'll have to do a step-by-step for you guys so that you can, I'll just show you how to do a painting really quick. It's super easy. And so that'll be one of my next videos, is I'll just show you how to do everything and do a painting, and we'll probably do a string pull and a pour. And you can see how easy it is, how fun it is. Once you get set up like this, you know, and you have a space that's protected from paint spills, or that it doesn't matter or whatever, it's a really easy project. And the only thing that's any difficulty is cleanup. And once you get that down, you know, and you have your cleanup supplies ready and stuff, it's no big deal. So anyway, this is our paint room. I hope you've enjoyed the little tour. And I hope you like the latest painting, this coffee-inspired painting. I really like it. I think I know where this is going to go. My husband and I do paintings for different reasons. He does art for art's sake, and I do home interior because I want a piece of art to put a particular place in my house. Like I did these for Belinda. You know, they're to match her curtains and they're to go on her wall, and that's why I made them. And that's why I make most of the paintings I make. It's particularly for a person or a place to hang in their home to look really good right there. So thanks for joining me for a quick little tour of our art room, and y'all come back now. And until then, be sweet.